Next, we're going to turn it to George Goodman. George is a member of the Board of Trustees of the Mackinac Island Community Foundation and a Mackinac Island resident. He will share his and the Foundation's concerns about the direct threat to Mackinac Island and the need for an open public process. And George is joining us by phone.
Thank you. It's our view, certainly here, that a pipeline leak would be a major disaster for all of us who live within the reach of the Great Lakes in the state of Michigan. In my view, it's really simply a matter of risk management. Any organization that has a major risk takes steps to make sure that the risk does no harm. And we as residents of the state deserve that type of response from our governor, our legislature, and even the federal government, if in fact that's what is being foisted off as the reason why the state's not taking action. If the federal government has a responsibility, then I think the governor and the legislature of this state need to also put pressure on them to step up to the plate and do what they are supposed to be doing in this effort. Recently, I think within the past 2 weeks, there was an article in I believe the Detroit Free Press that indicated that the Coast Guard has made a response statement that basically says that we have an inadequate way to find and recover submerged oil. That certainly would also be a significant problem here on the island in the winter months, since I'm sure many of you have seen photos of the large blocks of ice that get pushed up on the shore and make travel to the island by any means other than an airplane very, very difficult. Saying all that, then, if the Coast Guard report is accurate, then the next question seems to me remains is what will be the adequate measures that will be put in place to provide safeguards and recovery if there is a leak here. The other observation that I would make is a National Wildlife Federation report indicated that a spill from Line 5 could release up to 1.5 million gallons of oil in just 8 minutes. According to an official from the city of Mackinac Island, the water supply here on Mackinac would be shut down, and there might even be a need to have to evacuate residents. Clearly, the economic vitality of the island will be seriously damaged. We all are aware that there is currently a Pure Michigan campaign that has portrayed Mackinac Island as one of Michigan's hotspots. And certainly we who live here want it to stay that way. A leak would have the potential of devastating Michigan's tourism industry. I would also add that I believe Enbridge owes the public an immediate accounting for the status of the line. And further, I think that clearly the governor should take this matter up as an urgent priority and take whatever steps are necessary to ensure the citizens of Michigan that Enbridge is in fact operating in an open public manner and is in full compliance with the state's 1953 easement that has been previously referred to.
George,
I think...
I'm sorry,
yes.
In the interest of time, I think we'll move on to our next speaker if you have any final remarks.
That was my final statement.
Very good. Thank you. I think with that, why don't we wrap it up? As I've said, if you have questions, feel free to follow up with me. Andy McGlashan, my information is on the press release and other materials. I'd also point folks to oilandwaterdon'tmix.org. You can find a fact sheet there that has pretty much all the information, the background details on this issue, as well as some video resources and other good information there. So again, feel free to contact me or others in the campaign, and thank you very much for joining the call. We appreciate it.